Hello to you all. My name's Roy Jenner, and I write crime novels, stories of life, of human interest, and reality. In my books, I endeavour to create situations that can hold the reader's attention and grip their imagination, which prompts me to ask you, when was the last time you read a book that held you spellbound? A book that interested you to the extent that you didn't want to put it down. And when you did, your mind continually returned to the characters and incidents in its pages, so much so that you found it hard to delay when returning to its world. I have been told that my novel, The Bringing Down of the Hawk, is one such novel. Allow me to tell you about the Hawk and its two main characters, Ted Starling and his father, Eddie Starling. The story opens in Auckland, New Zealand at the time of the collapse of the stock market in 1987. Terrible time, terrible things happened. Ted is a successful businessman in the central business district, and his office is in turmoil as businesses collapse and his employer dies in suspicious circumstances. It is October 1987, and here the scene is set for the exposure of the life of Ted Starling and your introduction to a searing family drama that crosses 5 continents and 50 years. You will read of how Ted, at 10 years of age, survived the Blitzkrieg of London and a direct hit by one of Hitler's V-1 rockets on his home, to travel with his father to the subcontinent of New Zealand. You will learn firsthand of the challenging experiences of Staff Sergeant Eddie Starling, who survived the retreat at Dunkirk in May and June of 1941, to be thrown back into the action against Rommel's Desert Army Corps in North Africa. Eddie Starling's account of Dunkirk comes from people who were there and is based on fact, and is just the beginning of a heart-rending story. Follow father and son as their new life in New Zealand blossoms into a fascinating tale of love and loyalty, of laughter and tragedy, of desire and ambition, of despair and retribution, as Ted Starling pledges his life to work in the shadow of the Hawk to bring justice to those who in his eyes were responsible for the death of the one most dear to him. Dine out on the cameo roles of myriad of characters who combine to create a colourful background of intrigue and deception as unseen ghosts from the past target Ted and his wife Dawn along an audacious path of industrial espionage that leads to death and destruction. You will need to fasten your seatbelts for a helter-skelter ride that will transport you from the streets of London in the 40s, the fields of Kent in the 50s, through France, North Africa, Egypt, and several of the United States of America. You will visit Sydney, Australia, and enjoy the revelry of Paddy's markets in the dusty outback of New South Wales, before Ted Starling's story focuses and climaxes in the sparkling waters of Auckland's Waitemata Harbour. The Bringing Down of the Hawk is here now on Amazon for you to enjoy. Amazon.com. 750 pages of intrigue, 225,000 words. I'm Roy Jenner. Welcome aboard. I invite you to read my Hawk, The Bringing Down of the Hawk, and meet Ted Starling and his associates and his family. I have other readings for you, exciting readings, but please read The Bringing Down of the Hawk first on Amazon, and then you can decide yourself whether you want to continue. Thank you for listening to me today. God bless.